Hey guys, it's your girl, JessCat17. It's been a minute since I've really posted anything, and sorry about that. Uh, I also know that my camera, like, resolution is shit. I'm not gonna get a new camera. I can't afford a new camera. Um, but I wanted to talk to you guys about kind of where I've been and why there hasn't been too much and what I might do for the foreseeable future until I kind of get myself back to where I was. So, I don't know if I want to tell this in like a linear way or like start with my headspace. I have like notes of things that I want to say, right? And I've recorded this more than once. I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll start with the car accident. On May 1st, which I think was a Wednesday, my mom and I got in a pretty decent car accident. If I remember, I'll put the like image here, maybe over my face, maybe off on one of the sides. I don't know. Um, so you can actually see the damage that was done. But what had happened is earlier that morning, my son had an appointment. We took him to it, and he wasn't feeling good. I thought maybe he'd want to go home, but he still wanted to go to school. And I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah." So he went to school. Thank goodness he went to school because otherwise he might have been in the car with us, right? Anyway, my mom's driving me back home. I don't drive. I know I'm a full grown adult. I don't drive. I already had kind of anxiety to it. This didn't add to it, but like, I don't know. We're gonna fucking take all the car stuff out. Take all how I feel about the car, throw it out of here. Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't drive. Um. So my mom was taking me home, and on the way, I had been a little concerned. I don't know if this is TMI, but I'm just gonna talk to you as if I was. I mean, I'm an honest person. So, I was a bit late for my period. And so I was a little worried. Oh no, I should probably take a pregnancy test because I'm a very anxious person. I can't not know. And it's not like I would be like upset or like happy if it was one way or another. I just don't like not knowing. That's the part that drives me nuts, right? So I had, and I had been trying to ignore this because this was the third day, but the day before I was watching a show that I'd been watching with my partner, The Resident Alien, which is a great show by the way. If you if you haven't seen it, go watch Resident Alien. It's so good. Alan Tudyk does such an amazing job. It's anyway, one of the characters in it was concerned that they might be pregnant, and I was already thinking about it, and then it showed up in the show, and I was like already trying to calm down my own anxieties, but to have it pop up in a show, I was like, okay, my anxieties cannot be calmed. I have to go get a test because otherwise I'm gonna go nuts. uh yeah, so that's what we were gonna go do is go to the store, get a pregnancy test. That way I could take it, I could know, and I could like fucking get over it, right? Positive, negative, whatever, go from there. Not pregnant, by the way. So I told my mom that on the freeway, and on our way home, the way the roads kind of work is I think the road that we got off of was like right off of the freeway, and then we just had to go straight to like hit the main roads to go home, but the like drugstore was to the left. And as we were going straight, because our light was green, my mom was like, "Oh shit, like we gotta go get the pregnancy test, like you need those." And so she turned. Um, there was a turn lane, but their light wasn't green. Probably figure out where that's going. She turned. I was like, oh, okay. I look out my window slightly. I see a larger black car. I thought it was a truck. Might have been an SUV. Genuinely, I don't know. But it was the front of a big black car, and I just saw it coming towards us. And I didn't have time to tell my mom. I didn't have time to do anything. I had time to brace, and that's what I did. I tensed fucking everything. I was stoned because I was not gonna get hurt. I needed to protect my brain, and I didn't want my head like bouncing around all over the place because the thing that I was worried about, right, immediately afterwards was a concussion. concussions are so bad. I already have ADHD that is not controlled. I deal with depression. I have narcolepsy. Like, I don't need a concussion on top of all that shit. I already got a concussion from swimming too fast into a pool wall. Maybe I'll tell you about it sometime, but we're not talking about that right now. I think I got like a mild one, by the way, just because I was like a little dizzy and nauseous. We went to the hospital. But yeah, my mom turned. And the other car ran into us. And it felt full like a movie, right? You know, when they're about to like show a collision and they either show you the point of view from the person in the car or like they zoom in to the person in the car before they see like the oncoming thing and they just like have time to do this and then it's like blackness and it's just like you hear the like tires screech and the and like the commotion. That's 100% what it was. It was really weird, and it's weird to look back on, but that's what it was. And I opened my eyes, and my airbag in front of me and I learned next to me had both gone off. I, thank goodness, was wearing one of my partner's flannels, because I had glass that had just kind of was like from here to here. It wasn't like a lot of glass, but it was enough to where I had to like sit there and pick it out for a bit. Thankfully, I guess they were larger chunks and not super small ones. I'm pretty sure the body would have pushed that eventually, but I don't know. Anyway, so I had that, and the first like thought that I had, I like looked down at my feet. The car was kind of smashed in, nothing broken. I was okay. I was like, oh, why does my face hurt? Because I could feel like a lump on my lip. And I pulled down the like mirror, and I see the piece of glass was in my lip and I looked dazed as fuck, obviously. And I was like, well, shit, we were in an accident. I'm just like trying to think about this. My mom, on the other hand, she's like, oh shit, oh fuck, what happened? And I was like, I'm pretty sure we got in a crash. I I'm really calm. I can be really calm in stressful situations sometimes, depending on the situation. It's probably from taking care of my grandma so much and having to call the ambulance quite a few times and like being like, okay, you have to be calm, you have to make sure everyone's okay. But I was like, yeah, mom, I think we just got in a wreck. And she was like, oh, are the other people okay? And I was like, I do not know. I was too busy trying to kind of like shake glass off of myself and like I think mentally I was like, okay, I've got all my fingers, I've got all my toes. Let's check all of my systems. Does anything feel broken? Does anything feel off? And I was like, I think everything's okay. I'm a little woozy, but I think overall I'm good. Oh, and I was messaging my partner before this happened, and he had snapped me after, and I sent him back a Snapchat of like my fucking bloody lip. I might have had a cut or two on my face from the glass. And I was just like, we were in a car accident. I feel so bad because he told me later, like, he lost his entire appetite. Obviously, his loved one was in a situation. I also would have lost my appetite if he had told me, hey, I was in a car accident. But what? How? Wait, where are you? What do you need? Like, everything would have just, I feel bad about that, but I didn't really know what else to do. I remember, I think it was the person in the other car, because someone had said, "Did you not see that that your light was red?" Something like that. My mom was still really confused. She was complaining a lot of like pain in her ribs. She has like a little armrest thing, and I think she ended up kind of like slamming into it because the way that I think of is like the body was here, but the car moved that way, you know. Um, so yeah, okay, nothing was broken. Like thank goodness, nothing was broken. No broken bones, no pulled muscles, just a lot of soreness. But yeah, it was. My mom was like, "Oh shit, were we in a wreck?" And I was like, "Yeah, I think we were." And she's like, "Where are we?" And I was like, "I think we're still in the street." And she's like, "Oh no, I gotta move the car," because we both get really practical sometimes. We don't have time to you don't have time to process emotions. We gotta be like, okay, what's the logical shit to do sometimes? Process emotions at a later date. So she was like, oh, I gotta move the car. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm a little dizzy, but I'm okay. And she's just like, and I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, well, stop moving, because if you're in pain, like, don't move, maybe. Uh, um, and I remember being really thirsty because I was already thinking about like getting water when I got home. There was a lovely bystander who like she couldn't do anything. My car, the door on my side, I couldn't fucking open it. It was fucked, right? The car didn't hit like me directly, otherwise I'd probably not be sitting here. It hit like the tire wheel in front, but still, like I couldn't open the door if I tried. And you know, there was no window, so I could at least talk to them. And she was like, "Can I do anything to help?" And all I could think of, the two thoughts I had were, "God, I'm so thirsty." And then as I was like, "Hey, can you get me water, please?" My second thought was like, "Oh shit, can I drink water? Because if I go to the hospital and need an operation, is that a problem? Because I know they often don't like you to like eat or drink just in case." Again, very practical, but I was like, it's fine. I don't, you know, was sitting and thinking while she went to go get it, and like the police were showing up, and I was just like, nah, it's fine. I'm gonna drink water. I'm thirsty, and that's what matters more. I was just in a car wreck. I think I deserve some fucking water. Um, the police came, they were asking like a bunch of questions. I was trying to explain to them what happened. God, they asked us so many. I feel like we were asked 20 times by like a bunch of different officers, and even after we got to the hospital, just so many times. It was crazy. But they were able to open my mom's door, so they got her out. I had to climb over her door, and they asked me if I wanted to go to the hospital. I was gonna say no, but I've also like heard so many horror stories of like people being in like wrecks or whatever, and when the ambulance goes, "You want to go to the hospital?" They go, "Nah, I'm cool," and then they get home and they like die of internal bleeding, and I was like, I want to go to the hospital because if something's fucked and I don't know about it, they should be able to find it, you know, with like kind of base pain. Um, I'm happy I went. I got x-rays of it was my leg and my shoulder because I had like a really bad bruise on this arm for a while. I don't know from what, but it was a bad bruise. But you know, no broken bones. They x-rayed my mom's ribs and I think her arm because that got pretty hurt. No broken bones. Honestly, thankful there. Because she's osteoporosis in the hand, so I don't know if that would heal. So I'm like so happy that nothing broke on her. In her, on her. Well, I think it's kind of the same thing. Um, yeah, we went to the hospital, got patched up. We're basically just given a bunch of ibuprofen and Tylenol, and then we're told, "Hey, tomorrow pain's gonna set in." And then tomorrow came, and they weren't lying. For me, it was I think 2 days afterwards. And the soreness. Oh my god, the soreness. I would have thought I had like done a full fucking body workout. I was so sore. My mom had to deal with the bruising across the chest and all of that, and I was just like my muscles were like, ugh, not feeling. And I was discovering pain that from prior experience I knew was nerve pain. Last year I went to physical therapy because I was having pain that was showing up in like my forearm and my bicep and my shoulder and my hand and my wrist. And I was just like, okay, well I can't have this because you know at the time I was still working on like animation stuff, and even not doing the animation stuff, I was still like editing, recording, doing all of that stuff. So I had to be able to use my fucking hands, especially my right hand, because I'm right-handed. I'm a little bit ambidextrous. I'll use the mouse, but it's a little bit harder. Um, but yeah, so I was experiencing nerve pain. I was feeling lightning shoot down my fucking limbs. Like it was like they were on fire from the inside, and that was like I was gonna go full superhero and like put my hand out and there'd be like flames or fucking electricity. That's how it felt, but not in a good way, in a very bad way, in a way of I want to cut off my limbs right now. Um, and it wasn't just my right arm; it was my left arm, and it was my legs. And so I had to work on getting into physical therapy, which I'm finally in. It took a fucking month, but I'm in it now. But with that, I lost a lot of like my ability to do most things. Um, I for the first like 2 to 3 weeks couldn't even pick up my own dog, Rosie. She's 10 pounds. I almost dropped a pot of water that I was boiling for eggs. Um, I've been like just so mad. I couldn't use the computer in the slightest, so I didn't talk to my friends for a little bit. I couldn't really use my phone because just maneuvering fucking hurt. everything hurt. But laying down sucks. So I was watching movies, saw some really good movies and like shows, and I might talk about them. I don't know. I need a creative outlet. I need to make stuff. And I'm gonna touch on future videos and stuff here in a minute. But like I've been feeling like a weak little bitch. To just be full transparent, I've been feeling like a weak little bitch. And my boyfriend's like, "You're not a weak little bitch. Just stop saying that." And it's like I can't do things. I'm kind of grateful that my son is at his father's for part of the summer because I couldn't even help with him a lot. Um, I was like it was hard to make food for myself and like do things for me, and I was gonna have to take care of my son. Like I would have done it, and I miss him so much. It's so weird to be home and not have to take care of anyone. I miss it so much. He's having fun though, so I'm not gonna think about it. But yeah, so you can imagine you go from a few weeks before you got a job, you're on your feet maybe like for like 10 hours a day, but you're talking to people like all day. You got money, you are really like hitting a roll. You've been working on like your YouTube channel and you're starting to see some growth there and you're getting really excited about this and it feels like the ball is rolling up and then back fucking down it came. Yeah. I wasn't doing too hot. I'm still not doing too hot. I have a hard time getting in the recording headspace because it's like low grade depression. I have a history of depression. I have depression, ADHD. I don't, you know what? My anxiety is fairly good. I probably still have an anxiety disorder, but I don't have panic attacks anymore, so that's good. But I'm anxious about most things, and I worry about a lot of things. But my depression is in check. It's worse in the winter. It's summer, baby. It's not as bad. But it's not being able to do basic shit was really a blow. Um, and I I think because I was in pain and I couldn't do so much, and I don't know how other people experience time. I have ADHD. Time is a really weird fucking concept. Um, it feels like it's been forever. Like that first 2 week felt those first 2, 3 weeks felt like an eternity. An eternity. I know it's 3 weeks, but like you be told you can't move, and I didn't want to take like way too much ibuprofen and Tylenol. I didn't want anything stronger because I don't like A, I don't think I need it, and B, I don't think I need it. Plus a lot of like high end like fucking high level pain meds are addictive. I don't want any of that. I uh with anxiety, I used to take Xanax and realized, oh, this is like a dangerous thing that you kind of just want to start using those so you don't feel anything. So like I know myself well enough to know that I couldn't have things like that. Um so but also like the Tylenol and ibuprofen, those can be harsh on your stomach if you have to take those every day. And I was like, okay, well maybe CBD creams. And then my mom, who last person I would expect, right, had like rediscovered the marijuana. She was like a hippie in the 70s and like she spent so much time high, but she's discovered the new age of it. Um it was really funny, but like I was kind of upset about the pain meds because pain meds only work so well. So we went to smoke shops and we got stuff for pain. We both have that same sort of feeling about like being high. We don't always like being spacey, but we do. It's it's complicated. Like I like the sativa and I like preferably THCV. I think it puts me in a really great headspace. I can focus, blah blah blah. I'm not getting really bad munchies. And she's like learning a little bit more about it, and it's really fun to be able to like talk to her about this. Nothing I've never thought that we would do this because we had before been like, I don't care what they say, pot can be addictive and it's hard to kick, and uh she's not wrong. Anything that you take that alters your brain chemistry your body can become fucking dependent on it. It's just like the degrees of dependency. Um, Sorry, that's a side tangent, but in order to deal with pain, it was a lot of like CBD ointments, but they still have THC in them. And I got a new vape, and then I had some CBD THC edibles, but I don't like being high all the time. I'm lethargic, and because most of the CBD with THC, those are hybrids. I don't like indicas because they make me tired, but they also make me feel like my body's melting into my environment, and I'm not about that. I like a cerebral high, not a body high, not a body high person. But the gummies, they're hybrid. So I'd been feeling even worse. If you're not in a good headspace and you're, using this to help manage pain, but you still can't like do the things that you like because the level of kind of like brain power that you need just isn't there, it starts to get to you, it'd been like picking at me little by little, just pick, 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 pick. I don't know. I lost my confidence throughout all of this. Um, I lost the. I generally think I'm funny. I feel like most of the jokes that I'm saying as of late are really cringy. I hate the sound of my own voice. Oh my god. So, in the early New Vegas days, one of the reasons they weren't really edited is because I hated the way that I sounded, right? It took me so long to like get over that and be like, oh no, just pretend it's another person, or like be like, you know what, I'm pretty funny. Uh, I don't know, it's like learning to work with it. And then when I started using more face cam, because I'm not a fan of using it, I am an incredibly self-conscious person, and this is putting myself on the internet. Um, I think I'm pretty for the most part, but the internet's the internet. And so it's a lot for me to well, do this specifically, but like add my cam to my face cam to videos. And then also with all the fucking deep fake shit out there, oh my god, AI is scary. That's an off topic thing. I can't tangent. I have to stay on track. So sorry. But being in that kind of like high, lazy, sleeping all the time, eating too much, I was starting to gain weight. That wasn't helping with self-esteem, right? It feels like it's kind of been like one thing after another to just knock out my confidence. And it sucks. I've talked to my therapist about it. I've talked to my boyfriend about it. I've talked to my mom and my friends. It's hard. So here's where we talk about upcoming content, right? Um, it's hard for me to get into recording and then editing. The recording headspace is one thing, but knowing that I have to go back and edit the thing that I just did is so it's so hard. I know it feel like sounds kind of stupid, right? Like, well, Jess, you're just going over it and like watching yourself and you're taking out empty. Like, I get it. Yeah, it's not the hardest fucking thing in the world. It's pretty leisurely, but like, I just don't feel like myself, I guess, if I had to boil it down. Um, and I'm having to kind of re-find myself, if that makes sense. Um, what I might do is more live streams. I'll get these last two videos of Red Dead up, and then it'll probably be live streams. I'll try to keep it to twice a week, but it also depends on pain levels. That's what dictates my every fucking day right now, and I hate it. I hate it so much. Sorry, it's I'm okay. It's just like I'm okay, but the room's on fire. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do more streaming. I mean, you guys seem cool with that. I can do more Fallout 4, continue Red Dead, Life is Strange, get to like those things because I didn't finish Life is Strange 2. I'd like to finish that game. That would be pretty cool, but haven't gotten to that. Yeah, I don't know. It we'll figure it out. Maybe we'll have like a main thing. Maybe I'll do more Fallout 3. I've been replaying a lot of New Vegas. It's been a little bit of escapism when I'm not in too much pain, and I have found that I like 3 when I don't feel like I have to talk the entire time. So, it's one of those games that's just like a little hard for me to be like entertaining Jesse with, you know? It's I'm like thinking and I go all the fucking way across these goddamn desert lands and oh, it takes so long. I'm so happy once I find a place, especially the goddamn subway system. Fuck the subway system. Nope, 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 nope. Bring it back, bring it back, bring it back. Fallout 3 makes me a little upset. I'll say it. But I think I'm actually getting close to the end of it. Um, but in terms of like recorded stuff, I don't know when I will get to recorded gameplay again with the fun edits, which I do really love doing those edits. That's the as I've continued to do this channel and I've learned about editing, it's been fun to find my own sort of flavor, but it's currently really hard when I don't have the headspace to add flavor. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's where I'm at. And what I might do is because I've been stuck, not able to do a lot of shit for this entire fucking time, I was thinking maybe I'll just talk about I'll talk about movies and shows that I've watched or that I like remember. Uh just cuz I think they should be talked about more, right? There's I've seen some really like kooky movies. Deathgasm I think was a recent one. That was fun. There's Get Duked, which was also very fun. I showed my partner brand new cherry flavor, which is crazy and fun. If you guys want to like, I don't know, hear me rant about these things, let me know. I don't know how it would be put together. I'm winging it. I'm winging everything. But that's probably still a little bit down the road because I need to create. I need to make things. I am at a core, I guess like caregiver and an artist. I need to take care of others and I need to make stuff. I don't have anyone but myself to care for, so I at least need to make stuff. And if I can't make stuff, it's kind of just feels like, who am I? So I am reigniting my spark, but that means not as much of gameplay videos. I'll still play. I'll probably just stream more when I'm up to it and when I'm not in pain. At least, especially like until my son gets back from being with his dad, because I think he comes back mid-July or something like that. But yeah, maybe I'll do kind of these things that reviews of these fun little quirky movies that I found, or maybe watch movie recommendations and talk to you guys about it. I don't know. We could figure it out together. It'd be a little bit of a vibe switch, but like, if you're here for it, I'm here for it. I could talk way too long about things I find cool. It's, those interests. If you got ADHD, you know. So yeah, I think that's about it. Expect more streams, probably just like stuff on the community tab. I'm hoping that as I reignite the spark, which for me is actually getting back into D&D. Before I was doing like the video editing and the streaming, I'd started to get really into D&D, and then that sort of like role play thing, I was really enjoying it, and then just sort of like discovered more role play video games. And the only reason I'd really started with the channel is because I was making videos for one person. I was making videos for my partner. I guess this time around, because I do have older videos, but like the most recent time I started playing Fallout New Vegas because he wanted to watch me play and he doesn't live here. So I was like, well, I can post it on YouTube, I guess. And he was like, yeah, and I'll watch them later. And so that's what I did. And it was actually kind of really fun to play this game that he loves, right? He loves Fallout New Vegas. He has played it, I don't know how many times. He doesn't know how many times. but he has played it so much, and it was like getting to share something with him that he loves, with even though like we can't be as like close to each other, and it was really nice. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh shit, it's on the internet, other people can see this. Hi other human beings, yeah, I guess come along for the ride, right? I think a lot of those early videos, those intros and outros are rough. They're still rough. I don't think they're ever gonna get better. But like, I don't know. I'm a I'm a mess. A little bit, but I'm a cute mess. No, don't. Mm. Um so yeah, I look forward to live streams. Maybe I'll do review things. How I want to do those, I don't know. I was thinking of doing those more in like a voiceover sort of way, while showing kind of like different parts of like the movie or still images. Um, I guess what I'm thinking of is kind of like I don't know if you know Roanoke Gaming or Roanoke Tales, very good channels. But Roanoke Gaming, that's how he goes over like his movies and stuff. So I don't know, maybe I'll do something that like that, but obviously without biology because I don't have a background in any cool science thing. I have a degree in computer animation. So I could do art and like make 3D characters dance on a screen. That's about it. Um, yeah, I guess that all? Was that everything? Yeah, I think that was all I wanted to talk about and update you guys on because I don't want to leave you guys in the dark. The only reason like this channel has like I guess anything like I've put effort into like editing and having more fun is partially because of you guys. Like it's been fun to like see, like usernames that I'm starting to like recognize because I comment on a lot of things, or it's um I don't it's nice, you know? And it's not a thing that I like thought I would like to do, but like now that I'm here, I like it. So it sucks when it feels like my love of that was almost like taken in a way. And I'm gonna fucking take it back because I'm determined, you know? And with that, I think that's it. Um I'll get out those last Red Dead videos. And then we'll probably do more streaming. Um, I don't know, maybe I'll put a poll up after this, like a week or so after, and ask you guys if you'd want like movie reviews or something. It might just be me ranting, because I'm not great at doing anything in a linear sort of way. My brain doesn't work like that. Um, I don't know. We'll figure it out together. So yeah, be patient with me as I fucking heal my body. I'm going to physical therapy, but I also know that it's gonna take a while, and I hate that it's gonna take a while. I am impatient. I want things now, instant gratification. I don't know what to tell you. Like if I could do all of the exercises and cram it into one day, I would do it. ADHD peeps, you know. Um, so yeah, thank all of you guys for being here. There's fucking over 700 of you, I think. Let me look at my phone, but like that's an insane number. I can't even imagine 700 people in a room. Like I physically can't imagine that. That's insane to me. So like the fact that like 700 people like watched me do dumb shit and then said, "Yeah, we want to see what else they put out." Like I don't know, that's it's it's really honoring and like humbling, I guess. And it's nice. It gives that serotonin I desperately needed, feeding that dopamine. Because my brain doesn't know how to produce that. But yeah, I guess you guys out there honestly keep being awesome. You guys are amazing, and I mean that from the depths of my heart. You guys are amazing. Truly and totally. I'm so happy that you exist. Um Thank you for being here. I'm not gonna say the normal like all the buttons thing. I don't care. I just wanted to let you guys know what's up. Stay safe out there. Remember that you matter. You matter to me and you matter to others. And love y'all. I'll see you next time. So, doodles.